Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. And a lot of you have been sending me messages. You want to see some high performance Euro sedans. And not only do you just want to see any high performance Euro sedans, you want to see ones that I actually get behind the wheel and drive. Well, guess what? Today I'm in sunny Florida, down in St. Pete at Crown Euro Cars. And I want to give a big shout out to Bianca for making this a possibility. They knew you guys wanted it, and Crown Euro Cars stepped up to the plate. What I have behind me, it just blows my mind. It's a 2018 Mercedes-Benz E63 AMG. And I'm telling you, when we get done with this review, you're going to have your mind blown as well with what this car is capable of and what this car features, because the amount of features that are available to you when you're selecting the different options off the option sheet are mind blowing. But, anyways, let's talk a little bit about Mercedes Benz. Mercedes Benz has been around for a very, very long time, decades and decades and decades of experience and performance. You know, they really made a name for themselves in the early Formula One days when they raced their silver arrows, as they used to be called. And silver really has a big meaning with Mercedes Benz because silver was the color for Germany. Back in the early days of racing, if you were a German brand from a German country, um, then you would use the color silver. Red for Italy, white for the United States, green for England, so on and so forth. It's all those years of experience that they've been able to meld and form into this E63S. And what's nuts is that there used to be a time where you see a four-door car, you're like, oh, it's a four-door car, that car's slow, it's a family sedan. They've been able to take it all and put it into one package. This car, believe it or not, is actually the fastest Mercedes-Benz currently available on this lot, 0 to 60. 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. And the way they do it, you're going to see that engine over 600 horsepower, 4-liter V8 bi-turbo, twin turbochargers. But I'm going to hold off to that for that in a second. Let's go ahead and check out the front of this Mercedes-Benz E63S. First of all, you'll notice the color. This is not a wrap. This is actually a custom paint job. The paint job option was $4,000. This car starts off at $104,000. You'll see when we go to the inside, I'm actually going to show you that window sticker. This one is over $130, $30,000. I really like this color. It's called Selenite Magno, and I really like the flat. Like, I'm not a big fan of flat, but on this car it fits it. Check out the beautiful work with the headlight lenses. Obviously you're going to get full adaptive lighting that turns with the steering wheel. I like the way that they're shaped, the LED turn signal lights. Look at these huge air intakes for the intercoolers and all the radiators that this car has. There's our famous name, AMG. Now, when you see this on a Mercedes-Benz, that's the same thing as seeing STI on a Subaru, or many of the other things that go with performance, because AMG was getting it done also on the racetrack. One thing I want to point out that is new is Mercedes-Benz decided to change their logo a little bit. Not the star, not what's around it, but the color. This is black with the silver, and I like it. It used to be blue with the silver. I like the way they changed it to the black. As you can see here, the nice brushed silver look to the plastic. There's our famous Mercedes-Benz star. This one does light up at night. What's kind of neat is you're not going to see a ton of different markings for sensors, because this car has every available, lane assist and self-driving and self-parking. They put a lot of the sensors in behind this star here to kind of clean up the front of it. You'll see in a second when we go inside, this thing has cameras all around it. So when you're trying to fit in and out of parking spots and whatnot, you get full view. Look at the beautiful carbon fiber. This car does come with a full carbon fiber package. I love this lower front splitter here, this lip. It's not only stylish, but also functional, of course. Very, very aggressive look. I think that they hit the nail on the head. I'll be honest with you. I've never been really the biggest Mercedes-Benz fan. After just seeing this car, I think they've got me one over compared to maybe an Audi or a BMW. It really is. And as you can see in the sun, this paint it's flat, but it's got metallic in it. I'm sure Tom could pick it up in the camera for you. That beautiful metallic finish, $4,000 option. Let's go ahead and take a look at the side here. Of course, what you're going to find on these German high performance cars, you got a 20-inch wheel. These are 265 35 series tires. As you can see, it's all about performance. So you have the new Michelin Pilot Sport 4Ss. I like these tires. These are good tires because you're going to get the handling that you want. You're going to get the traction you want, but you're also going to get some good durability out of them compared to some other tires. These are the AMG 20-inch wheels. These wheels come with the car. These are not optioned. They're not an extra upcharge. I like the finish on them. I think it works perfect with the custom color. If you look back here, this is all the business. Look at all this race trickery. So you have the huge Brembo caliper with the AMG script on it. I like the way the red really pops out from behind the wheel. And I mean, those rotors are like the size of a Domino's pizza. Cross-drilled, fully ventilated, and slotted. So this thing is going to be able to take that abusive beating. You could drive it every day to work, go to your track day, go take the kids to a movie. And guess what? Every time you stop, you're going to be able to stop on a dime and get some change back. Very, very nicely done, Mercedes. You'll see here, it's advertising nice and proud for everybody to know. You got a V8 4-liter, over 600 horsepower, bi-turbo, 2 turbochargers, which we're going to show you. And then if you ever see 4MATIC, if you ever wonder what that means, 4MATIC is all-wheel drive, and that's what's going to give us that hard push off the line for that quick 0 to 60. Here's another beautiful finish. Carbon fiber comes all with the package. I like the carbon fiber with the piano black and the integrated turn signals. Look at this, really, really nice. This has the dual sunroof. This one's going to open. This one back here is a moonroof for your passengers. I like the black finish. It really contrasts well with the color. You have a nice chrome door handle. Here's another nice touch. They brought the carbon fiber into the lower sills, and this extra piece here really gives it an extra muscular look. Muscular is what this car is about. The lines are just mind-blowing. Let's take a look out back. I think Mercedes did an excellent job with styling the back. We have the carbon fiber rear spoiler here, just enough to give you some performance, show off a little bling with that carbon fiber. Full carbon fiber down here with the diffuser. I like the AMG exhaust. If Tom could show you, my cameraman, the AMG script embossed around the exhaust openings. Very, very nice finish, and it just tidies up the back. They really took their time, not only with engineering this, but also with getting the style down. There's our E63 S, and of course, those 3 famous letters in racing and performance, AMG. Outside's outstanding. Let me go show you that over 600 horsepower twin turbo V8. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, there is the heart of this German beast, this German Shepherd. 4-liter, twin turbocharged, over 600 horsepower, over 620 foot-pounds of torque. Let's start right at the top here. There they are, peekaboo, ICU, those twin turbochargers. A lot of German trickery, a lot of engineering here. Talking about engineering, there's the name of the hand-built engine. This is the guy who took his own hands, Benjamin Schlund, and he formulated this engine together just for you. I like to see things like that. It gives it that extra touch. I like the way they brought the Mercedes logo in with the AMG. Check out the scoop here to help get some air from the front of the car. You can see Mercedes-Benz is all about Mobil 1. So there's been a connection with racing, with Mobil 1. I really like underneath this hood. It just screams class. It just screams performance. Very well engineered, very well put together. Everything is placed beautifully. I like the way it shows just enough and let you know that, hey, there's something special here when you pop this hood. I don't know about you. Looking at it is great. Let's start this beast up. right, guys, here I am in the lap of luxury, performance, carbon fiber like I've never experienced before in my life. Check out the door. We got to start with the door panels, I think, Tom. Check out the door panels. You'll see the work into the design with the stitching. I love the dark leather with the lighter contrast stitching. This one, remember, has the full carbon fiber package. You could see it around the speakers, your controls for your seats, the door handle. Everything is well put together. Every time you get into this car, that's what's going to greet you. And I promise you, it's going to put a smile on your face. The next thing I want to show off are these seats. Now, these are optional seats. You could see the full bolstering. Everything is adjustable. I really like the AMG logo they put here. I love this silver that they have around here, and this headrest is to die for because they have the embossed logo of AMG, the stitching, very well put together. Another thing I want to show you too, if you didn't notice, there's some Alcantara here. So these are not full leather. Most of it's leather, except for these small pieces of Alcantara, perfectly placed because this is what you want leather to be here because that's what's going to take the beating. And this, talk about leather, full Napa leather, Napa quality. Come on in, Tom. Let's show them this inside of this car because I'm telling you, this inside is going to take a little while. So we have this beautiful leather on the dash. I like the contrast stitching. The carbon fiber. It's a sea of carbon fiber. Please help me, somebody. I'm drowning in carbon fiber. That's how much carbon fiber here is. The next thing that blows my mind, I've never seen in any other car that I've tested, that I've read about. Look at the screens in this car. The infotainment, this is what it was meant to be from the get-go. We have a full screen here and a full screen in front of you with your instrumentation. I love these vents. I never thought I'd ever say that before in my life, loving an AC vent. I love these AC vents. They're nice. The controls feel great. I love the trim around them. Very well laid out. It almost makes it look like a plane, like a fighter cockpit. It even harks back to those original touches with the analog clock. You have all the AC controls are put nicely with these beautiful, nice little tabs for controllers. There's our emblem there, AMG. This opens up. This has wireless charging. You got a USB port. It's got a place for you to put your key so that when you're doing your track day, it's not sliding around. You got your cup holders, all beautiful carbon fiber. Now, this section, some people love, some people hate. So you have your little touchpad here, sort of like a mouse in a way. You also have your rotary dial, which I'm going to show you how that works. And then this is also going to allow you to adjust putting it in manual mode. There's different drive modes from Sport Plus to track, suspension settings, your exhaust note. This does come with auto start stop, and I'm happy to say you could turn it off. Like I said, the carbon fiber. Check out this center armrest. Very well done with the padding and the leather. When you go to open it up, I've never seen one do that before. It's almost like Bombay doors on a B-52. Very nicely done. Very deep. It's got even a place for your USB. You could even put a SIM card in there. So it's got you covered no matter what you're using. I don't know if Tom could show you the back. Your passengers are going to be sitting in just the same quality leather seats. What's nice is that Tom and I, when we were sitting in this car, we actually sat in this car for about 10 minutes before we even decided to start filming because there's just so much in here. Tom was sitting in the back seat. Those seats are very comfortable, he said. He actually loves how comfortable the seats are, lots of leg room. And Tom, as you've seen him in some of the other videos, he's a muscular guy. And it's nice that they took care of people like him and your kids and everybody else that's going to be in that back seat. Because I promise you, you're always going to want to be here. And since we are talking about here, look at this steering wheel. This one comes with the optional Napa leather steering wheel. I love the shape. I love the thickness. I love the controls of the layout. Very, very nice. Right smack dab in front of you is going to be that instrumentation cluster, full digital. We're going to touch on that in a second. And one thing that I've never done before, this is a first on Raity's Rides. Many of you know when I go to events, when I go to different locations to do a review of a car, it's 99% unprepped, unplanned what I'm going to say. I don't script anything. I don't have a spec sheet in front of me. Everything's off the cuff. I do it in one take. Now, I am still doing it in one take today, but for this car, I had to do it justice and I had to do you justice. Here is the window sticker. So the reason why I'm doing this is you can see we started off at 104,000, but when you look at what options have been added, so we'll start at the top here. There's that selenite gray Magno, very nice color, $4,000 option, $39.50 if you want are counting the pennies. Then we have the AMG black Napa leather with silver stitching. Thankfully, that's a no charge on that. Carbon fiber trim. So everything that you like outside with that carbon fiber, you're looking at $2,850. If you then pan down, the next thing you're going to have that's an actual charge, this has the full air balance cabin air purification and fragrance system, panorama sunroof. It's got the black fabric headliner. You could see the cost there. AMG performance seats. I'm going to tell you, the seats are pretty damn good. The Burmeister sound system, which I'm going to show you that in a second. That's another high quality. I mean, there's speakers everywhere. I almost feel like I'm sitting on a speaker. You have soft closed doors, LED logo projector. So what that means is when you open up the doors, you'll be able to see that star Mercedes symbol on the ground, lighting the way. This has the optional, on top of the standard carbon fiber, it's got the AMG exterior carbon fiber package 2. It's got the acoustic comfort package, and it's got the premium package for AMG performance seats. So you could see just how much, and at the end of the day, you're looking at $132,000. I'm telling you, when you look, if you're in the market for a car like this, you're going to look at an Audi R7, you're going to look at a BMW M5. It's all in the same price point. AMG has done it like no other. Now it's time to talk about the controls in here. Let me go ahead and I'll have Tom show you the screen, and I'm going to go ahead and play with it a little bit here. When you go back to home, here's our options, and I'm using the rotary dial to go from option to option to option. Let me show you the navigation system in here. Beautiful graphics. I love the wide look of the screen. It tells you that we're in Pinellas Park, St. Pete, Pinellas Park, right on the cusp, and that's where we're at today at Crown Eurocars. Very well done. What you do is you hit the home button again. That brings you back here. Let's go ahead and I'm going to show you the stereo system in here. So I'm going to have Tom go ahead and pan over to the speaker. I'm going to click on the stereo. I'm going to turn on the sound here. Look at what happens as it turns and twists. Very well done. I know that with the microphone you really can't hear the music, but I promise you it sounds really good and very well done, Mercedes. Now I'm going to go back to our screen here. We have media. That's when you could put in your disc and look at photos or whatnot. You could work the phone. You got your Mercedes Connect. Now you want to do adjustments in the vehicle. Now what's cool is that's your actual car. It doesn't have the Magno gray color, but that is your car there. So that's really cool. I like the way they use the actual image there. You click on it. This is where now you could adjust a plethora of different things. I would have to make a Saturday 2-hour after school special video just on all these options. So if you are wanting more, let me know. I will come back to Crown Eurocars and see Bianca, and we will put that together. But this is something that would take lots of time for me to go through everything. But I just wanted to give you the gist. And then finally, the system part. Now, what's cool about system, if Tom could come back over to the gauges here, is I could actually change the design of the gauges. It's actually pretty cool. So right now I'm in Classic. Classic is going to give you that tachometer and speedometer. I'm going to go ahead and put it into Sport here. Once you go into Sport, now you're going to have your center tachometer. Speedometer is right there in the center, a little smaller. You could see your red area for that red line to know when to shift. Guess what? There's one more. We could go into progressive. So I'm going to go back on the screen to progressive. I'm going to select it. Now check it out. It's got like a 21st century RoboCop look to it. Transformers extraordinaire. These are just touches, I'm telling you, that make this car extra, extra, extra special. Also, let me show you back where the controller is. If Tom can pan back over here, they do have shortcuts. So say you want to quiet the exhaust. Right now I have it in the full open mode. You hit the button and it makes it quieter, puts it in comfort. This is the auto start stop. You could turn that on and off. This is going to allow you to put the car automatically into manual shift mode where you control that. I know that's an oxymoron, automatically manual, but that's what it does. You could then adjust your suspension settings into sport and comfort. And then, of course, we could shut off that babysitter, the traction control system, if you really want to let it rip. Like I said, over 600 horsepower, 0 to 63 seconds, all-wheel drive performance in all of this luxury. Are you ready? Because I'm ready to take this car for a spin. Let's do it. All right, guys. So it's been about an hour that I've spent with this car, and I am just like totally blown away by what is available today in the performance sedan, especially the German performance sedan. Because I've driven some other performance sedans from Germany. I drove that Audi RS7 not too long ago. Mercedes has really hit the nail on the head, I think, when it just comes with the perfect balance of luxury and that performance. And I don't think really I've ever sat in a car where you feel like you're really sitting in something special. And the way they have everything laid out is to make the driver happy. But let me go ahead and show you what we're going to do before we roll out of Crown Euro cars. I'm going to go ahead and I've already hit this button here. This activates the exhaust. So that's comfort mode. I'm going to put it back into Sport Plus. That opens up the exhaust. I went ahead and shut off the auto start stop. That's something that you could leave on if you want to get that better fuel economy. And then you could go ahead and adjust the suspension settings from comfort to Sport Plus. And it's all real nicely done here, right by the center console. And finally, I'm going to go ahead and just leave it in automatic mode for this review, just because there's a lot of stuff that I want Tom to show you that is going to be displayed for you with these screens. And I really can't, every time I look at these screens, I'm just blown away because Mercedes has done such a great job, not only with the style of them, but also I love the font and the color and the graphics. It's really, really nice. This is this performance data screen. It's really neat because it's going to show you your foot-pounds of torque, your horsepower. It's got your oil temperature, and it's just a really, really nice layout. And then if Tom could show you back in front of me, I have the classic gauge design shown, and it really is nice that it has a boost gauge because remember, you got that twin turbocharged 4-liter V8, over 600 horsepower, over 600 foot-pounds of torque. And then, of course, you got your oil temp and everything there as well. So it's dual place. Now, this is the one thing. Bianca's been laughing at me. Tom's been laughing at me. I've been wanting to put my hand here to shift. I'm so used to that. Well, guess what? I got to go back to 12-year-old Joe. I have to channel 12-year-old Joe because guess what? Like my mom's old car from the 80s, here's where the shifter is, right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put it into drive, and we're going to go ahead and take you guys for a little spin. Immediately, the sensitivity of the throttle, it's a nice balance of just being aggressive enough. Obviously, I'm going to be a little extra gentle and gingerly with this because this is a car, like we showed you on the window sticker, $130,000 car at the end of the day with all the awesome options on it. And I'm telling you, if you are in that St. Pete, Pinellas Park area, you want to come down to Crown Euro Cars and take this car for a test drive. Very, very smooth, very quiet. That's the thing that has really opened my eyes, is that when I put the car into the louder exhaust setting, I could hear it, but it's still not something where it's like booming inside. So it's not something that's going to give you a headache by the end of the day, but it lets everybody around you say, hey, whoa, that car is not just a Mercedes-Benz, it's an AMG. And remember, we're in that E63S AMG. The ring is very, very nice and tight, very smooth. The brakes, you have those Brembos, you have the all-wheel drive, very, very excellent setting. Just the way it shifts. Remember, this has that 9-speed automatic gearbox. It has a heads-up display, which unfortunately I can't show you. You got to be sitting behind the wheel of this car to really appreciate just how clear it is and how easy it is to read. And it actually tells you what the speed limit is, which is nice to help, you know,
stop, like Tom just giggled, help, stop you from getting pulled over by the police, because you could really get into some big trouble with this car at the end of the day because of the performance that it has.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and roll out here and give you a taste of what Mercedes-Benz and AMG, you put those two together, feels like. 0 to 60, 3 seconds. And I'm telling you, you feel it, every ounce of it. Wonderfully done. The way that the shifts are nice and crisp and quick. It's not really searching for gears. Even when I let off the throttle, it's not chasing through a bunch of gears trying to figure out where it's at. It really holds the gear right for the perfect amount of time. That all-wheel drive, I don't know if you picked up on it. There wasn't a chirp. There wasn't a squeal. There wasn't a sound. It just got up and went. And that's the intention from Mercedes-Benz and AMG, is they want you to have that ultimate performance at the end of the day. And with this car, you are going to satisfy every taste bud for high performance that you have in your entire body. But even just cruising around, very, very smooth, very quiet, things that you would expect from a Mercedes-Benz. Very well done. The steering wheel is got the perfect size to it. The handling, it's very, very nicely done. And the sound is just unbelievable from the back end of the car. And I think that's what I like, is as you get on it, it gets progressively louder. But then when you get back off it again, hey, you're cruising and nobody notices. That's what I think is really great. I'm sure Tom has been showing you all the different graphics with the gauges. I mean, like I said, you go and Tom just flew back. Tom just flew back in the seat. I'm telling you, when Bianca suggested this car, I knew it was going to be amazing. I didn't know it was going to be this amazing. And I definitely, like I said, want to give a big shout out to Bianca and everybody at Crown Euro Cars. You got to go ahead and treat yourself and at least take this car for a test drive. And I'm telling you, you may be walking out of the dealership with it once you're done with that test drive. Now, what we're going to do is there was a few things. Remember how I told you Tom and I sat in this car for about 20 minutes before we even started the review? I want to go ahead and just show you some of the other features in this car before we go ahead and sign off on it and go ahead and make our next review for our next segment. One thing I want to point out is that this car, if Tom could show you on his door panel, has these wonderful adjustable seats. And what's really nice is I like the way Mercedes-Benz puts them right on the door panel, because what that does for you is it allows you to access it very easily. I've been in a lot of different cars where you got to search for it on the side of the seat. Everything is fully adjustable, and it really caters to each body type. And like I said, even with the optional sport seats, these seats are comfortable even with the extra bolstering. Another thing I want to show you, if Tom could show you back here on the infotainment system, check out all of the cameras that you can have use of when you go into reverse. So here's your standard backup. Then you could go ahead and scroll up to all different. I mean, you got your 360, you got it out the front. They are doing such a wonderful job. And I'm telling you, leave a comment in that comment section. If you want to see more about the safety features in this car, especially technology-wise, leave a comment in that comment section. Mercedes-Benz has over 100 patents on all this technology. And what's nice is that they're sharing those patents with a lot of other manufacturers, because at the end of the day, they care about you and keeping you safe. All right, guys, it's been one hell of a day here at Crown Euro Cars. I give a big shout out and thank you to Bianca and everybody at Crown Euro Cars for stepping up to the plate. You guys wanted it. They helped me bring it to you. This wonderful 2018 Mercedes-Benz E63S AMG. I hope that this video has shown you just what's available in today's day and age when it comes to German performance sedans. I've never, like I said, been the biggest fan of a sedan, but this thing is just taking my heart and quicken my pulse rate. If you want to see cars like this on Raity's Rides, leave a comment in the comment section. My advice to you, don't just take my word for it. Come down to either Crown Eurocars or any Mercedes-Benz dealership near you. Take one of these for a test drive. It's one of those things that it really will change your life in a way. But anyways, leave a comment in that comment section if there's anything particular you want to see on Raity's Rides. Check out my Facebook page and Instagram page, all Raity's Rides, all original content all the time. I want to give a big, huge shout out to Tom, my cameraman. He's been lifting weights. He's been working out, really working that camera, getting great angles. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.